If you're a solo therapist wondering whether you should expand into a group practice or explore other options, this decision could literally shape the next decade of your career. And most therapists make it based on what sounds exciting, not what actually fits their life and goals. I'm Anne, and I've been on both sides of this decision. I've built a successful solo practice and a group practice. I'm also in consultation groups and masterminds with therapists that have done both. And what I've learned is that there's no right choice. There's only the right choice for you right now. But here's the problem. Most therapists make this decision based on incomplete information or someone else's success story, and then spend years trying to make the wrong choice work. Today, I'm going to give you the decision framework I use with therapists to help them choose the expansion path that actually fits their personality, goals, and life situation. Because the difference between the right choice and the wrong choice isn't just money, it's your sanity, your relationships, and your long term happiness in this field. So, the framework has four key questions. First is, what's your relationship with control and delegation? Group practice means you're responsible for other people's livelihoods. You're making decisions about hiring, firing, marketing, operations, and client care, even when you're not directly involved. I remember the first time I had to have a difficult conversation with a therapist in my group practice about their documentation. I was thinking, when I was solo, client notes were my problem. Now everyone's client notes are my problem. Group practice only works if you can delegate effectively. And I don't just mean handing off tasks, I mean trusting other people to represent your brand and care for your clients to your standards. If you like having complete control over your clinical work, your schedule, and your business decisions, staying solo with alternative revenue streams might be a better fit. You can create courses, run groups, or offer coaching while maintaining complete autonomy. Ask yourself, do you get energized by managing and supporting other professionals, or does the thought of being responsible for someone else's clinical work stress you out? Neither answer is wrong, but they lead to different paths. The second question is, what's your capacity for complexity? Solo practice is relatively simple. You have clients, you provide services, you handle your own business operations. Even with alternative revenue streams, you're managing your own schedule and your own programs. Group practice is exponentially more complex. You have employee issues, contractor relationships, multiple marketing strategies, varied specialties, different productivity levels, insurance credentialing for multiple providers, and constantly changing dynamics. Unexpected things always pop up with my practice, and sometimes that means I'm dealing with a crisis at 7 p.m. on a Friday. It's definitely more complex when it involves other clinicians, and it isn't just my crisis with my client. So, do you thrive on complexity and variety, or do you prefer focus and simplicity? If you prefer simplicity but want to expand your impact, consider running your own therapy groups where you control everything, creating online courses you build once and sell repeatedly, offering coaching or consulting where you leverage your expertise without employee complexity, speaking in workshops where you share your knowledge on your terms. Think about your energy levels at the end of a full client day. Do you have energy for business decisions, staff management, and problem solving, or do you want to close your laptop and be done? So, question number 3, what are your true revenue goals and why? Everyone talks about how group practice can increase your income, and it can, but let me give you some real numbers. A solo therapist charging $150 per session, seeing 20 clients a week, brings in about $145,000 per year, accounting for time off and cancellations. That number can increase a lot if you add in groups or courses. So let's say you start a group practice with 2 therapists, let's say, and they see like 15 clients a week, and you take home 40% of their pay. And if they're charging about $150 a session, your practice is bringing in about $86,000 a year from them. But your expenses are going to be a lot more. And you're also managing people, handling all the business operations, and taking on significantly more risk and responsibility. This will greatly reduce your ability to take on more clients, and you might find that you end up making less money. But at the same time, you might have more flexibility with your schedule. So, are you looking for more money, or are you looking for more impact, variety, or professional fulfillment? Because those might lead to different choices. Group practice can be incredibly rewarding, but it's also more demanding. Solo practice with alternative revenue streams can give you flexibility and variety while maintaining simpler operations. So, what do you actually need to earn to feel secure and happy? Sometimes the answer is grow your solo practice offerings rather than add complexity through staff. Or it might mean that you never want to provide any more clinical care ever again, and you just want other therapists that you've hired to do that for you so that you have free time. So, the fourth question, how do you want to spend your time in 5 years? So, in 5 years, if you build a group practice, you might spend your days reviewing other therapists' treatment plans, handling administrative issues, marketing, managing staff relationships, and seeing some of your own ideal clients. When you're on vacation, you're still receiving income from your therapist. I know that when I was on maternity leave both times, having a group practice was such a game changer. If you stay solo with alternative revenue streams, you might spend your days seeing your ideal clients, facilitating a group you designed, creating content you're passionate about, and marketing your courses. This can sometimes feel a little lonelier because you don't always have others to talk things through with, and all of the money making falls on you. But both can be incredibly fulfilling. The question is, which one aligns with your personality and goals? Do you want to be a business owner who manages other professionals, or do you want to be a practitioner who serves clients in multiple ways? Group practice can create a legacy that outlasts you. Other therapists building their careers, more clients served, a business that can eventually run without you. Solo practice with alternative revenue streams creates a different kind of legacy. Your direct impact on clients, your content and programs reaching people you'll never meet, your expertise shared in ways that feels authentic to you. So here's how to use this framework. You might thrive in group practice if you enjoy managing and mentoring other professionals. You have high capacity for complexity and variety. You want to build something bigger than yourself. You're energized by business operations and team dynamics. You might prefer solo plus if you value control and autonomy over your work. You prefer focused complexity over operational complexity. You want variety in your services, but simplicity in your structure, and you're energized by direct client impact and creative freedom. Now, remember, these aren't mutually exclusive forever. You could start with the alternative revenue streams, build your business skills and confidence, and then consider group practice later. Or you could start with a small group practice and add other revenue streams as you grow. Choose based on who you are and what you want, not based on what sounds impressive or what someone else is doing successfully. So take some time to honestly answer those 4 questions. And remember, there's no wrong choice, only the choice that fits your current season of life and work. In my next video, I'm going to share the real story behind my own journey, the ups and downs of building both a group practice and a co-working space, what I learned from each, and how those experiences shaped how I helped other therapists navigate these decisions. If this framework was helpful, hit that like button and let me know in the comments which path you're leaning towards and why. I love hearing about your decision-making process, and sometimes talking it through in the comments helps clarify your thinking. I'll see you in the next video where I get really honest about my own journey.